Hey everybody, welcome back to Growing Organic. Today I want to show you an old planter box here that I built, I'd say maybe 10 or 15 years ago, but it's completely rotted out. Check this out. Let me just take this apart. What we're going to do is rebuild this from the ground up. So all this is going to come apart. You can see how rotten it is. It's time for this to be replaced. So from this side you can see it's only about 2 feet because we're up on these steps, but if you come around this way, let me show you. Now I just braced this up right here. You can see I got the stick, it was starting to fall over. And this thing's completely dilapidated. Let's see here, we got some nice plants. Succulents coming down, some palm trees. This is called bamboo palm. This really nice tropical plant here is doing probably the best. You can see how good it is. So what I want to do is save this and try to rebuild a whole new planter box around this. So I'm going to take all this, start taking all of this off without damaging the plants too much. Look at this, just completely termite ridden. Let's grab this piece right here. So yeah, we're gonna rebuild this entire thing. You can see here, this is about almost 5 feet or 4.5 feet. Look at that right there, how far it's falling out. The roots, I'm gonna pull that off. How loose that is. So the main reason this thing was, I'm afraid this is gonna collapse. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So again, I'm just doing this with one hand. So far, I've not used a hammer. I could probably do this whole thing. Look at this. The whole thing is coming apart. So yeah, the new one I'm going to build is going to be much nicer. This one was kind of thrown together, kind of haphazard. I was just rushed through it. You can see I just used a nail gun, leftover scraps of wood from a job site that I had. I can pull that off, watch this. Oh shit, the whole thing's gonna fall. You can see what I did is, I didn't plant this all the way down to the ground. There's actually a hollow point inside of here. I built this on a platform, so there was actually a hollow spot in there. Oh, look at that thing, starting to collapse. See, this whole thing is wiggling, look at that. This whole thing's gonna collapse. Let's push this side, pull this one out. Let's keep pushing at that. Not a lot of room to work here, but I'll pull that out from the other side. So this thing, I don't want it to collapse because I could break off all these nice branches. These have taken many years to grow, so I don't want to just let this thing collapse. Oh, look at that. Just shifted again. Oh shit. Oh no, this thing just collapsed. Do you hear that? So this thing's gonna fall on the ground. All right, let me move some of this stuff out of the way because we got a problem here. Okay, this thing, pull this one out. still haven't used any tools, just one hand. It looks like this is the only thing that's holding it up now. So let's see if we can get this, make it fall very slowly. Pull this out. Got to get this one out. There it goes. It's about to go down. So we'll get this out and then we'll have to put it back in the planter. Oh, there it went. Whole thing is on the ground now. A little more wood here. Okay, time to rebuild. So it's going to be a new one, about the same height. So what I'll do is I'll do it kind of at an angle. I don't need to dig all the dirt out. Look at these roots. Orange roots. It's time to start building. So we want to go 41.5 by, what we got here? We got to clear this plant over here. So I'd say let's make it about 39. There we go. So 39 by 41.5, and that'll fit tight against both sides here and give us clearance. Go ahead and measure this. Here we go, 41.5. 39. So I'm going to build these in pieces so it's not one giant heavy planter, but you can see what I did here. Flushed up. That's flush. Straight here. Watch, I can move that so we can stack these. You got different thicknesses, so as long as you cut everything exact same measurement. Let me show you. I got the first part in over here. Put a little piece of wood down here and kind of shim this up. It's going to be flush right here, and then we can build up from there. I got some bolts. I got to hammer these bolts in. That'll keep, next time it'll keep it from separating. If it starts leaning over, this will keep it from falling. I'll just tighten those with a wrench. Okay, got those in. I can take this thing out. That's looking nice. Now I got to fill in all through here, see, all the way down to here, underneath on both sides. And then it's going to be easy. I just got to go straight up. Then I got to fill in down here. So I'll cut a bunch at the same length, and then this will just keep coming up. Making some progress. I got just one more or two more pieces to fill in right down here. See what it's looking like. So I cut these at an angle, added some supports on the side, and this will just allow me to keep adding more pieces coming up. I'm going to go up about 5 feet. I'll probably go at about this tall. This is kind of what's going on. You can see going up at an angle like that. So that's basically what's going on. See, the dirt is lower on the right. It should fit right in there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Head that way a little bit. Let's go ahead and screw that on. Okay, other side's good. Okay, so now all I have to do is keep building these squares. You can see I got them screwed together. 2 screws, and I can start stacking this. So I slid it over the top. Let's hit this right here. See how nice this fits. Now I'm going to keep going up here. Okay, I'm going to go one more up. That'll bring us to about right here. So I still need 3 more pieces for the side. 3 there, and then 2 more over here. Got some help today. So let's get on the skill saw. Okay, got 5 more cut for the sides. Let's take some of these over. Let's put this one in here. For this side, one for over here. Also, I should mention, you should use good screws about 3.5, even maybe 4 inches, because when you're screwing into the grain this way, you need a lot more strength. You don't want this separating. I can see right here, see how these don't line up? That's okay. I have different thicknesses of wood. So you can see right here, I got a 2x8, 2x6. Some are skinnier, so it's okay if you stagger to get different thicknesses. But as you see, it comes up right here. You have a little different heights, which is fine. I'm just gonna see if this screw is gonna miss, so I won't put the screw in until after. I might put another screw here. Let's go ahead and put this in. There we go. Alright, there we go. Try to make the screws just flush. Don't sink them in. Make them look real pretty. I'll probably put another screw right through here as well to connect this. Okay, on to our last and final row. Okay, the last one here. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Flush to the top on this. We're gonna put a little cap on top of this as well to kind of finish it off, give it a little decorative look. Across this. I'll add some more supports coming up, tie these corners together, probably add another board all the way down here, and then one all the way up there, one down there. Tie all this together so it's not going to warp, and then we'll seal this off. Okay. Perfect level. Look at that, perfectly level. Okay, let's check this side. Look at that, perfectly level. Perfectly level right there. So we're level this way, I'm gonna check this side and then finish that off. All right, we got the final piece. Again, this is all just used form board from, I do concrete work, and this usually just goes in the trash. A lot of people will just throw this away. That's perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to trim these off right here. So I'm going to cut, mark across there, cut that off. So you want to cut it right down to there. This is an easy way. Just take your square, slide it down right till you hit like that, and then we'll just scribe it, make a line. Okay, this is looking good. Keep adding some more supports. You can see I don't have something in the corner here, so I'm going to slide this down. It's not flush on top there. Let's go ahead and just screw that in. Okay. I got one over here as well, nice and flush. So I want to go ahead and make sure screws are going into this as well. This is going to be tied in. I'll do one right in there. Remember, just nice and flush. Don't get sloppy with this part. You want to make sure they don't. Got this. That's perfectly flush. Let's go ahead and just clamp this on right in the middle. All right, now flush on top. Make sure it's pretty level. Let's go ahead and screw this on. I'm just going to use 2.5 inch anyway. I'm going to go all the way down this. I could do 2 screws all the way down. So right in there, you can close that gap up. You want all these sitting flat. So in the front, you can see right there, there's a little lip. So that'll suck everything over and make it perfectly flat. Same thing as over there. You can see we screwed it off all the way down. Do that all the way down this. That'll make this nice and flush. Keep it from bowing out. That's looking pretty good though. Look, pretty big. So you can see how tall this thing is. This is just huge. So let's go ahead and screws all the way long. Now the reason you use 2.5 inch screws and not 3 inches is because you want to be able to sink these in. Sometimes you got to sink them in to close these gaps. If there's a little gap here, you want to allow a little room. If you had a 3 inch screw, it could poke out the other side. So remember, 2.5 inch. Cool. One last thing I'm gonna do is, I got a wall back here, you can see. There's probably studs in this wall. I'm gonna drill some holes through and connect to this. It's like a storage unit here, but it's stucco and then wood behind it. So if I can find the studs, I want to put a bunch of heavy duty screws through here. That'll tie in, keep the sink from ever tilting down over time. So they'll lock this thing in. So let me get a drill and we'll zip those in, and then we can do the top cap. Okay, so I found out there was a board behind there, a 2x4 going this way. So I screwed it in along there, and there was just plywood back here, so there's not much room to screw to, but I did see that there's a 2x4 behind the stucco. So we'll drill this So it ends up coming through there, and then that'll be super strong. I can do a few of these, lock this into this wall. Magnetic. So I'll put it on here. On the inside of that wall, I think there's a 2x4 here, and let's go like that. Hopefully I don't hit a screw. You want to make sure you're not in the same spot as a screw. I'm going to follow that. I'll have to switch out a masonry bit to get to that stucco. So we'll do a few of these down here. Got a different bit on here. This is the masonry bit. So you want to make sure, switch that out. You're not going to ruin your bit if you try to go through the stucco. Okay. Now we can go ahead and, what I like about the magnetic, just, isn't that beautiful right there? That is snug. Don't want to overdo it, it might strip out. These are extremely strong. Now that thing is locked in. This thing is not going anywhere now. I'm not sure if there's even a stud. I'm going to try one right here. We'll drill through here too. Okay, let's put one on here. Okay, I think we're good. That felt solid. You can kind of hear it. That wouldn't have sunk in that far if it wasn't hitting something solid. So I got this piece here. 1/2 inch overhang. Still got my 1/2 inch overhang there. Nice and flush. Okay, look at this. I'm going to put up another screw along here and along the front. This is going to give it a lot of rigidity. This wide 2x6 is going to keep this thing from bowing out. So I'm going to put screws, a few along here. This will be super strong. Oh, that's beautiful fit. Snug. Nice and snug, clean. Flush up here. Flush. You should be able to rub your finger along it and not feel anything. That's when you know it's perfect. All right, the next step is I'm going to take a little bit of this Rust-Oleum and just spray over these bolts, just so those bolts don't rust as quickly. Be leaking dirt, because look through there, you can see some light. See right there, and then on this one. So what's going to happen is water is going to leak through there. It's going to start rotting that out, and mud will drip down the other side. So this is very important. You can either put more wood over this, add it, just fill this whole layer with some more wood vertically. But I just didn't want to use up all my lumber and all the other screws. So I'm going to go ahead and seal this off. You see I got started here. Once I put it on, I'll just kind of give this a little, work this into the crack. So that'll completely seal it off. I'm going to go all the way around. So as long as you put it at an angle, keep it flat, and kind of let it pump it into that crack. So go kind of slow. So you can kind of see it going in there. And then what you can do is as well as try to force it deeper in there, is lay this kind of flat and push it in. I'm pushing it deeper, and then You see a low spot like this, and come push hard, come back with it. Let's work it in, and that's good like that. We'll just go all the way around. Okay, so I just used up some extra sealant I had laying around my house. It was a window and door sealant. I have a couple different colors, white and black, so you can see the different colors there. But again, just using up what I can use in my house without spending more money. Again, this is not going to be growing plants edible, so I don't have to worry about using this sealant inside here. I'll also coat this now with oil, or you can do an asphalt emulsion. And I'm just going to do like 2 heavy coats of this, and that'll seal everything off. This thing will last a long time. We're down in here, you can see, just simply dip that in, and we're going to start all the way at the bottom. I want to make sure we get all this soaked real good. Kind of got some dirt on there, that's not good. Just put more than you need all the way. So don't be afraid to use too much. You want to get as much on here as possible. I haven't let this other stuff dry yet, but that's fine. So I'm going to soak it all the way up to this edge here as well. Again, always want to probably keep a lot of coating on this here because it sits in the sun a lot. So I might want to come back every 6 months and just give it a once over. Super easy. Oh yeah, this is looking nice. Go ahead and finish off oiling this. Going to put a coat of the motor oil on this entire thing here. So it's going to have a nice even look. See here it has a little bit of the oil. Here it doesn't have any at all. So I want to kind of give it an even look. I hosed it off. So we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and start. It's going to go right along this edge. Soak it into the ends real good down here. Kind of running out. Look how nice that looks once you get a coat on it. It really changes the look of the wood. Soak it in real good. You got to go over it twice. Soak it into the corners, edges, these cut ends real good. Okay, so I got dirt here. Some more dirt here. There's dirt down there in a trash can. But I got quite a bit to fill in, and I'm afraid, even with these other soil bags I have over here, and I'm going to mix in some other soil, I'm still going to run short. And I'm sure I'm going to have to buy some more potting mix. But what I can do is, see way down there, there's no roots that are ever going to go 5 feet. So the first 2 feet, I'm going to fill in just debris. I got the old planter here. You can see there's still roots. Look at this. So I got a bunch of these. I can fill in the bottom, and I won't have to use a bunch of heavy dirt. So I'm gonna just drop that right there, and we'll put a bunch of these in here. That'll save us a lot of extra hassle with having to carry dirt, and that'll break down in time. And we'll dump this around them to kind of fill in the voids at the bottom. So I think with my oil coating, this is gonna last a lot longer. Look at this, I'm not sure how many years this was, 10 or probably 15 years maybe when I built this. But this was dug for. Okay, I just threw a bunch of vegetation, this old succulents that I had. Starting to fill this in. I want to get it up to about here, completely rotted. Big piece. Okay, this is nice. That'll break down over time. I'm going to put dirt in here. It'll fill in all those voids. I'm going to sprinkle dirt, and then from here up, I'm going to have some good organic nutrients coming up. So this will eventually break down slowly over time and become fertilizer, and the roots will eventually grow into this. So let's go ahead and start filling this up with soil. Try to push everything towards the edges, fill those cracks in. I want to go ahead and soak everything real good into there. So I'll probably spend like 5 minutes. I want all those cracks and crevices to kind of fill up. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and start mixing some soil here. This right here, the grow mulch, you want to mix 1 part this to 1 part existing soil around your house, so it's like a 50-50 mix, so you can make this go a lot further. So I'm going to bring in some extra dirt, equal part dirt with this, and that'll be an inexpensive mix. And then I got some extra Patio Plus left over, plus 2 bags of this palm citrus cactus, which is kind of what I got here. I got tropical, and this is a palm tree here. This one as well, so this will be a perfect mix. I'll probably have to pick up more of this as well. Still got to get this on, try to get it more manageable size. Oh yeah, I'll get my shovel and just pull that apart. Look at this. Oh yeah. We're gonna make our own little cube. So this is how you transplant a huge plant without killing it. Pull on this side. Oh, that's coming out real nice. Look at that. Okay. Now I actually buried this tree before in a pot. This has been there like 15 years. You can see it's grown through the bottom. So I'll be able to separate this. This will be more manageable now. I can get this, I'll be able to carry this myself. I'm cutting it into a cube. So let's just go ahead and keep peeling this peeling this back. So if you ever try to do this with a type of palm or succulent tropical plant like this, it can be easily cut out because the roots stay really tight and they kind of just stick together, and they'll easily root again. So this is pretty good. I don't think we'll have a problem. That just peels off one hand. Oh, that's looking good. It's looking real good. Oh, beautiful. All the way through it now. This thing should come out. Okay, there we go. Completely separate. There we go. Palm tree. My own separate palm tree I can plant somewhere. Look at that, completely root bound. Been there for at least 10 years. Solid roots. There's the pot right there. I planted it with the pot. This whole thing is just solid root bound. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut. I'll probably cut along here. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Watch this. Here it goes. Completely dug through. That's gonna be much easier to deal with now. All right, we got that thing taken care of. Look at that. Chopped it out. Now it's more manageable size. Completely alive, no problem. Okay, now we got the soil up. So that's about 2 feet, that's about right. There we go. It's looking great. Soil's filled up all the way. Looks like the plant isn't struggling too bad. I just got to add a couple inch or 3 inch layer of mulch, and this thing will be good to go. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click like, and we'll see you next time. Peace.